I'm Mary Berry, and in this series I'll be sharing some of my best foolproof secrets with you.
I think it's really important to have a selection of trusted recipes that you know will never let you down.
No matter what the occasion, I'll show you how to make it simple. From my delicious ideas for lazy days.
Here, darling, a treat for you.
I could get quite used to this. It's very nice.
To moments when you feel like something a little comforting. And scrumptious goodies to thrill the family.
That's the best thing I've had all day.
Today, some of my favourite dishes, perfect for a party.
There's absolutely no calories in here whatsoever. I love putting on a party, but to some people, cooking for a crowd is very daunting.
I've always enjoyed sharing my ideas for party recipes. It's a time when you want food that's fun and different, but doesn't take forever to prepare.
Entertaining shouldn't be complicated, so I'm sharing with you some foolproof recipes.
A colourful salad platter, great for a party table. A classic terrine that's seen me through many happy occasions. A phyllo surprise that always has them coming back for more. And a truly impressive gateau. But first, a delicious curry that makes a delightfully different party piece.
When I was first married, I loved having people round, and there was certainly no room to sit down. People sat on the stairs, they sat on the floor. I could never get up now. And all the rage was a fork supper. That meant that you had a plate and a fork, and I think it's a splendid idea. Right now, I'm going to do a Thai chicken curry. It's perfect for a crowd, and all people need is a fork and a bowl.
Add 6 sliced chicken breasts to a tablespoonful of red curry paste.
It really couldn't be easier. Keep turning it over so that every bit is coated. The heat releases all those lovely spices and it'll help to flavour the meat. It also helps to give the meat a nice colour.
When all the meat's sealed, put it to one side and use the same pan for the sauce, starting with 2 sliced onions.
So on with the lid. I'm going to turn the heat down and I'm going to leave that to cook in its own steam until it's become really, really tender.
After about 10 minutes, turn up the heat and add some finely grated fresh ginger.
Oh, the freshness of that. It's a lovely smell, strong, lovely lemony ginger smell, lovely. I'm now going to add 2 more tablespoons of Thai paste. Go steady if you like it on the mild side.
My secret for a thick, velvety sauce is a tablespoonful of plain flour.
Sprinkle it evenly over.
And full-fat coconut milk.
Thai curry is fairly new to me. I think I had it at my daughter's, I suppose 2 or 3 years ago, and absolutely loved it. And I've made it ever since.
For those special Thai flavours, I'm adding kaffir lime leaves, the zest and juice of half a lime, a tablespoonful of brown sugar, and the essential fish sauce.
I must say, when I first heard of fish sauce, I didn't like the idea at all, but it really brings out the flavour and is part of what you expect in Thai food.
And of course, lemongrass.
Just bash it with a rolling pin. Now, the sort of rolling pin I have is a wooden one, which is ideal for it. Don't do it with a glass one. Now I'm going to return the chicken And as you're going to be doing this for a party, it's essential not to overcook it.
About 5 minutes should do it.
Right.
For some gorgeous colour and crunch, I'm adding sugar snap peas and water chestnuts.
It's awfully good.
I love exploring new ideas, but sometimes there's nothing quite like the classics. And this recipe is one I've served at many a happy celebration.
I love going back to my old favourite recipes when I'm having friends round for a party. Now this one is a ham hock, and I'm going to make it into a terrine. Many people are really frightened of making a terrine, but I promise you this one is very easy and it's foolproof. Neither trotters or ham hocks are very popular, but it is an excellent cut and it's going to make a very inexpensive terrine.
The secret to this terrine is slow cooking the meat with celery, carrot, onions and some peppercorns, and fresh thyme to give it plenty of flavour.
All I've got to do is top up with water. It's important to cover the meat. That's it. So I'm going to bring that to the boil and then I'll transfer it to the oven. That weighs a ton, but I'm going to be very careful.
That goes into the oven at 140 fan for about 4 hours, so all the flavours can infuse and the meat melts away from the bone.
If the smell's anything to go by, it's going to be wonderful. Oh, it's soft and it's absolutely falling away from the bone. That's exactly what I want. It's come off the bone without being asked. There we are. Oops. Look at that lovely chunk of meat there. Then you're left with a bone there. And I know who'll like that.
Break the meat into pieces.
I want to keep it in shapes because as you cut through, it gives a lovely effect. Now that is perfect, it's all done.
All those delicious juices from the cooking can now be reduced to make a beautiful jelly to hold the terrine together. I'm using 5 grams of gelatin.
Can you see that? It's soft, squidgy, and then you take it and you drop it into that very hot stock. It wants to not be boiling, just very, very hot. And it is slightly cloudy, but that is all part of its charm. If it's terribly clear, I'm suspicious because it'll have no flavour.
Now I'm ready to assemble the terrine.
In the very bottom, I'm going to put chopped parsley so that when I turn this out, I have this wonderful green layer and it does look very smart. So just a little in there. Not too much. I don't want all the parsley to float about. And I've got some mustard seed here. I'll just put a little over here now. The mustard seeds add interest. So you do it in layers.
Make sure you ladle the stock on every layer. It will fill all the gaps and hold everything together when it's cut.
I'm quite chuffed with that. I think it's going to be something that is just a little bit different, and I bet it's something you haven't tried making before. And leave that until it becomes stone cold and then put it in the fridge overnight. I think it's coming away quite easily. It should do with the cling film all around it. That's it. I think that parsley top looks lovely. It looks very inviting. And, well, let's see how it cuts. I think that looks pretty good. You see how well it holds together. It is beautiful. It is tender. The jelly is so well flavoured. I'd rather have that than just plain cold ham any day.
When I'm planning a party, I make sure some of the dishes are blissfully quick to prepare. The secret is to use fruit and veg in season, at its best. And at this time of year, what could be better than sweet, ripe tomatoes? With more sunshine hours than other parts of the UK, the Isle of Wight is perfect for tomatoes. And I've come to discover some of the wonderful varieties grown in Newport.
Brian, when I was growing up, there was only one kind of tomato, all the same size, quite big. I think they were called Moneymaker, but that was it.
We've got about 40 varieties we're growing at the moment. So we've got everything from big beef tomatoes to tiny cherry tomatoes, some on the vine, some off the vine, lots of different colours, yellows, orange, pinks. We have one guy who goes around looking for lots of different varieties, and his quest is to basically find the tastiest tomato.
I think he's got a very cushy number. I wouldn't mind going around the world tasting tomatoes.
Try one of these, Mary.
That is perfect for me.
Good.
It's full of flavour, it's beautifully sweet, and I feel it's doing me an awful lot of good.
Would you like to have a look at the tops of the plants, Mary?
Yeah, why not? Do you know, I thought I was going to have to put my leg over theirs, and you've got longer legs than me. So up here.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, good thing. You couldn't get a big person in here, could you? Shut the gate. Now, this is very safe for your workers, isn't it? They can't fall out into the tomatoes.
Going to go up now.
OK. Third floor, please.
These plants grow to a staggering 13 metres high. Shoots are removed weekly, allowing the flowering tops to take in all the glorious sunshine.
It really is another world right up here. It seems acres and acres of it. As far as I can see, there are tomato plants. It is amazing. It's just sort of breathtaking.
But the best is yet to come. I'm going to choose a selection for my party platter.
There are so many varieties here. I'm tempted by the greeny ones over here, and I think you call them zebra, and I'm going to use those in my platter because they look so stunning and so different.
Let me show you one here, Mary.
It's almost black, isn't it, round the outside? That tastes really good. It's got a very firm texture, a lovely flavour. Those yellow ones, I'm very tempted in the front. Are they cherry yellow or something?
They're a yellow cherry type, yes. Have a taste of this one.
They are very firm, they hold together well. I think they're lovely, and they'll certainly add interest to my platter. Have you got a box down
I
there?
have, yes. There's a decent sized box here, so.
Well, let's have the old flavour, these lovely cherry tomatoes here. I've got a really colourful, magical spread of tomatoes. Lots of variety.
And a glorious harvest for my next recipe. As simple and fresh as it gets.
Perfect for a celebration. Just look at this selection of tomatoes. The colours are spectacular. It's amazing how in many vegetables we're turning to different colours. If you're preparing it ahead, don't put salt on the tomatoes, because if you do, it'll draw out all the moisture and you'll be left with a pool of liquid underneath. I think I rather like the look of these.
A simple dish like this makes the ingredients the star of the show. so you can't really go wrong.
But I'll just toss them in so they're all quite haphazard.
Spring onions go beautifully with tomatoes, and these will add a bit of crunch.
That's it. Sprinkle that over the top, all over. So I've left a little hole in the middle because I'm going to put a little bowl there of my goat's cheese, and I'm going to make it into a little sort of mousse. I think a great change from mozzarella. After all, we're changing the colour of the tomatoes. Why don't we change the type of cheese?
This mousse is definitely foolproof. Just whip 100 ml of double cream with 150 grams of soft goat's cheese.
Mixing the goat's cheese with the cream makes it a lighter texture and a little bit richer.
What could be easier?
So that goes into the centre. We're getting there.
To bring it all together, blend fresh basil, garlic and olive oil for the dressing. Delicious.
Don't put this on till the very last minute.
Finish with some beautiful Parma ham and the last sprig of basil.
I think this is perfect for a summer celebration. It really is sunshine coming through the windows. Absolutely stunning.
Whether I'm laying on a spread for a few or scaling up for numbers, I've always loved a dish on the table that's just a little bit different.
I've served salmon Kubak on all sorts of occasions. It's easy to serve because you know that each one will serve, say, 10 people, and so you can up the recipe very easily. I think that this is a very good centrepiece for a party, especially when you want to be a little bit more economical than usual.
Start by baking 500 grams of salmon at 180 fan for 15 to 20 minutes. And while that cooks, I can get on with the rest of the filling. Lightly fry onion, crushed garlic and chilli in a little butter, and add sliced mushrooms. Then add the zest and juice of half a lemon to some cooked rice.
The smell is great, beautifully garlicky.
When the salmon's cooked and cooled, break it into pieces.
Can you see, as I put my knife in it, it is just beautifully done, just as I want it, and there's plenty of moisture there. This used to be a half-term treat for the children when they were young, and their friends would come in and I'd make a big coulibiac.
For a lovely fresh flavour, use a handful of chopped chives and parsley.
That looks good enough for me. And shush it all in. And then I'll give it a good mix. That's it. And you see how gentle I'm being. I'm not sort of mashing it down because I want to be able, as people eat it, they think, oh, this is salmon. I can see the nice big generous pieces of salmon. That's it. So I'm just going to put that to one side and get on with the phyllo part.
Don't be put off by using phyllo.
It's wonderful stuff, I think, phyllo. And no, I am not going to make it. I made it at college and I vowed never again.
I have a foolproof trick that never fails. All you need are 6 sheets of phyllo pastry, a sheet of non-stick paper and melted butter.
I'm doing it that way, then that way, and then that way, so that it holds together well.
By crisscrossing the sheets like this, it just won't fall apart.
So that wasn't too difficult, was it?
Now for the salmon and rice filling.
A coulibiac traditionally is high, so we're going to mould it with the hands, first of all, like this. like that. Take this end up here and fold it over. And with the aid of the paper, I'm going to turn that over, give it a push. And you want to end up with the join underneath. That's it.
For a perfect, crispy golden brown finish, bake at 180 fan for 30 to 35 minutes.
I'm really quite chuffed with that. I love the way it rises in flakes. It looks most tempting. The wafer-thin pastry all the way around, and a mass of that glorious salmon, herbs, chilli and rice. It just looks tempting.
I've always enjoyed cooking for lots of people, and a summer's day is the perfect excuse for a party in the garden.
Today we have the garden owners of Buckinghamshire who open their gardens for National Garden Scheme, and they're all coming here on a jolly and to see our garden. So a great welcome to all you owners of gorgeous gardens in Buckinghamshire. And for once the weather forecast said the sun would come out between 2 and 3. They're quite right, aren't they? Every party needs something grand as the finale, and I've got a big, bold and beautiful cake.
What I love about this is the Genoies sponge, one of my favourite things to make. For each sponge, whisk 4 eggs and 125 grams of caster sugar. A lifetime of baking has taught me to rest the bowl on a wet cloth, or it will slip.
On it goes.
If it's pale, light and fluffy, it's done.
That's about right. When I write an M there, I can just see the M and it quickly goes down. Did you notice I was moving the whisk around? If you stand still, the outside won't mix very well. Follow exactly as I've done and you'll make a good Genoese sponge. Well, so far so good.
Now slowly add 125 grams of self-raising flour.
And folding in is going round the outside and cutting through the middle. Outside and cutting through the middle.
You'll need to be gentle to keep the air in and make your sponge lovely and light. It's adding 50 grams of cold melted butter that makes this a Genoese.
So that is absolutely scraped clean. My mother would be proud of me, wouldn't she? She always used to say I was a bit of used to do things rather quickly when I was baking. I've learnt that it's a good idea to take every scrap out, makes a bigger sponge.
Make the second one in just the same way, then into the oven for around 30 minutes at 160 fan until golden and springy to the touch.
How about that then? They look perfect. They're just shrinking away from the sides of the tin, and when I put my finger on it, it springs back again. So that will be the underneath, and this will be the top. And I'm going to let those get absolutely cold before splitting them.
This is anything but guilt-free. For the filling, I need 1.5 pints of lightly whipped double pouring cream.
Of course you can do this with a mixer if you like, but keep your eye on it. That's beaten just the right amount. Let's get to cutting these in half. Lie the knife absolutely flat and a sawing action until you meet where you started. It's quite fun to do, but you've really got to concentrate to get it right. And now it's an assembly job, the part that I like best. It's really generous, but this is a special party. I want everybody to say, gosh, this is good, no extra cream needed. They're going to enjoy every single slice.
I'm adding blueberries, raspberries and blackberries. But keep clear of the larger fruits, which will need cutting.
Push it down so the cream that I've put there comes up between the fruit, and when you cut it, it does look very good. Then 1/3 of the cream again.
It's best to do all this the night before and keep it in the fridge. Cream will soak into the sponge, keeping everything lovely and moist.
There's absolutely no calories in here whatsoever. And some blackberries. Have I gilded the lily too much? No, I don't think so. I'll put a few more on. I think that's a most spectacular finale to any party. There we go.
That looks amazing. If I could eat it all, I would.
I love having a crowd. I'd never write a book cooking for one. I like the friendship, I like the people. I like them to enjoy what I cook.
It's absolutely delicious, very summery.
I hope there are allowed seconds.
All her recipes work, that's the lovely thing. You always know if you want to make another recipe you've never done before, if it's a Maryberry,
It is going to work.
Everybody seems to have enjoyed themselves, and it's good to spoil them.